Alright, this time we're going to go over what items make Atten badass. Basically, he's very gear intensive, so if you don't farm enough in the game and you're blowing a lot of cash onto consumables, then you might lose, because he's just that much of a pain to play sometimes. This time I'll be playing my original character, Knight. Just because it's Atten all around, so I'm logged in just to check his gold anyways, might as well. Alright, so again we're going to do practice mode, and let me start it up real quick, and then we'll start doing item explanation. Now I think you can add gold in novice mode practice, which is really useful for me explaining what items to get, because then it just means I can just get what I would usually get and then explain it to you what they do. Alright, so I've turned the video on, and as you see I have 50,000 gold right now because I used the training mode thing, and for now we're not going to care too much about killing. We're really just going to see what items do. So you see there's a giant array of items, and each one is useful, but some are more useful than others. So your general ones that you want to buy are Bloody Reaper Claws. Let me sell my other things first just to clear my inventory. So you got Bloody Reaper Claws. Generally you might want to throw in a Reaper Claw, and then you work your way up to Crown of Giant, and then you get Crown of Orc maybe, or you get Ultimate Guardian Brooch, depending which one. These are usually endgame ones, you don't want to focus too much. Mid-game items you usually go for Bloody Reaper Muffler or Bloody Spiritual Ice Brooch. Now let me explain what they all do. So I'll buff myself as well, character-wise, because I don't want to die in explanations. So let's just get everything set up, just so I don't have to see the annoying thing. Alright, let's start with the Bloody Reaper Claw. Bloody Reaper Claw is basically you shoot one claw at the enemy that hits 220 damage. It also increases your damage by a lot, so very good item to get. Second item I bought was the original Reaper Claw. It hits a 120 on the enemies. Both claws can hit 3 enemies at one time. So if you combine them together, you have a deadly 340 damage of unexpected damage on the enemy, which is awesome. Early game, since you can only dish out like 50 damage per slash, those extra 100, 200 damage nukes are definitely going to be a huge unexpected blow to your enemy. Crown of Giant basically is a one of the Crown series. Crowns basically give you like percentage buffs, so when you use it, you're going to get like a, what was it, 30%? You are going to get a 30% strength up for 30 seconds. And you generally don't want to use them until you have to, for things like base points or for headquarter items or like buildings and whatnot. So save the usage because the cooldown is quite long, so you might want to be wary of that. Basically what I've bought completely is what Atten will be using the whole time. You generally work your way up to getting these items. Now we have another item. We have the Bloody Spiritual Ice Brooch. The passive effect is that you can see invisible stuff, which is really useful because invisible potions will kill you. And second is if you, oh by the way, toggling stuff, you right click and it will toggle stuff and hold on to it, so you can cast items without having to like mess up on casting on the wrong thing. So let's go up to this thing, and my normal slash hits 165. The Brooch reduces defense by percentage. It's now hit. Wait a second. Anyways, I should be hitting more. Anyways, oh, take that back. Sorry. Okay, so that was a bad example. Because the tree doesn't have any defense, he just has like a set amount of HP, and this Brooch is for reducing defense. And since you can't reduce defense, nothing changed. And yeah. Let's see, I hit about 232 on this guy with the Brooch. I hit a lot more. Oh, those are criticals. Oh, I hit 180. So I hit about, yeah, I hit about like 20 more damage then, or something like that. Anyways, just trust me, that item's quite useful when you're fighting against those chunky characters. Now, the fifth item over here is the Bloody Muffler. Let me just clear the stuff around here. Hope my teammate dies because I don't want him interfering. I guess not, he's not dying. So let's play around with this Octavian over here and see if we can test out this Muffler on him. Alright, excuse me. Alright, so you see him walking normally like that. The Muffler makes him walk even slower. So basically it helps you keep away enemies who are trying to run away from you. It's a ranged item too, so if they're running away, you just right click on them and you use the Muffler. Now let me show you the crown's power. I hit 158 on this right now. With the crown, I start hitting 165, 182. So you want that extra damage. You might not think it's a lot, but you know, the base only has so much HP, can't recover. Well, it can recover, but I mean like when you're fighting it. So you might as well take whatever bit you can. It adds up so you can get it down quicker without having enemies to chase you. So I'm just cleaving through everything right now. The order of what you should buy items is you should buy Reaper Claw first, and then buy a Blood Brooch. Buy these two items, it makes the Bloody Reaper Claws, so you save up money to buy the Bloody Reaper Claws after the Reaper Claws. Depending on your enemies, Bloody Spiritual Eyes may not be bought. It's okay. Then after you buy the Bloody Reaper Claws, you might want to buy a second claw so you can do the combo thing I told you about with the ×2 claw shot. And then you can buy the Bloody Reaper Muffler, maybe around mid-game. It's quite useful. And then at the very end you buy Crown of Orc, Crown of Giant, or Ultimate Guardian Brooch. Usually I buy Crown of Giant first because it makes Atten a beast. But you know, Crown of Orc makes your HP like almost ×2. So it's debatable. You know, do you want to be pure tank and do damage, or do you want to be like okay tank and do a shitload of damage? So situational. The Brooch gives you a crap load of defense and HP, and its passive ability, or not passive, but like its activated ability, is it makes you invincible for 3 seconds. So that can always be a game changer, having invincibility. So that's generally what you do with gear. Nothing much to explain more. I'll show you one of the combos Atten does. So he can do his sword fling thing. And then he has a skill called Vacuum Slash where he sucks in everyone so they can't escape and they can't attack him. And they take extra damage from that thing. And that's one of the general combos you do with Atten. Pretty good combo. PvP, when it's purely PvP annihilation mode, that skill will tear up your enemies so much. It makes them angry so bad. Of course, the same damage can be done with Emerald Sword and Ankle Buster, but whatever, same thing. And that's basically item explanation. I know it doesn't sound very thorough, but oh, maybe one more thing. One more thing would be you see me pressing Y a lot and checking items and buying stuff. I generally will, well, any decent player will generally keep track of money and buy potions when needed on the battlefield. So since Atten's a heavy guzzler of MP, I usually buy a potion here and there, and then consume it. And when I need more, I'll just buy more. But I don't use too much money, depending on the situation, because I want to save it for better gear. But sometimes to hold lanes, you do want to buy potions again and again. And oh, okay. One last thing. If you see enemies with a ring around them, bastards. Okay. There's an item called Skill Immune Potion, and once bought, enemies can't cast spells on you, or any skills. So it looks like this annoying little ring thing. You can still hit them with melee, or your normal attack pretty much, but you can't use skills on them. Now to get rid of that, you buy this thing called Spell Remove Scroll, and basically when you see them, you just click on them, or right click them, hold on, and use F6 or whatever scroll whatever slot you put it in, and it'll take away their spell immunity. It's a little technical because it sounds like it's a lot of work, but when you get used to it, it's just like subconscious, like, oh, they have the shield on, time to buy the scroll, or use my scroll that I have already. So always keep, my tip is whenever you're going to be aggressive in the game, always carry around a skill immune potion and a spell remove potion. When you're fighting an enemy, make them use some of their skills first and use the immune scroll, or immune potion, or use it straight on and just try to do as much as you can, depending on what the enemy is. And then use the spell remove scroll when you have the enemy thinking he's comfortable around you, and then you just whoop his ass. And that's about it for items. All the other items, besides the potions, those are really just self-discovery. I mean, for consumables, I rarely use anything besides the minor healing potions, the skill immune potion, the scroll, the bigger healing potions, the instant healing potions, and invisible potion, but you can't use that here, so those are generally the ones I use only. Everything I told you to buy, those are generally what Atten needs, and that's about it.